The future is a hefty responsibility and not one that we take lightly, but then taking things lightly has never been what Hefty is about. That's why we've created the Hefty Renew program that turns hard-to-recycle plastics into valuable resources like park benches and building materials. To participate, simply fill up an orange Hefty Renew bag with accepted items, tie it up, and drop it in with your regular recycling. That's it. It's that easy. It's time to rethink recycling with Renew. Particular valued resources may vary by geography. More info available at heftyrenew.com.
Welcome to Good Morning Gwinnett with your host, Audrey Bell-Kearney, where we keep you informed, inspired, and ahead of the curve. Tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Audrey dives into the latest strategies and tools to help you leverage AI to grow your local business. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a tech enthusiast, or just curious about the future of business, this is the podcast for you. Get ready to innovate, elevate, and dominate in Gwinnett County and beyond.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land, all of my friends around the world. It is a cold day here in Georgia, 25 degrees going up to only a high of 30, and we have a snowstorm warning. So we got snow that's supposed to be expected. It looked like it's gonna snow too, y'all. This weather is nuts. I don't know what's happening right now. Can we all say climate change? Can we say something? Are the aliens coming? We know the aliens are coming. Matter of fact, we know they're already here somewhere. Well, here's the thing. They've always been here, so we already knew that. But today it's snowing somewhere, and it's supposed to start snowing here sometime today in Georgia in Gwinnett County. So we're bracing ourselves for another snowstorm. Be the second one in what, 2 weeks? This is correct. Like I don't even know what's happening right now. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Today I'm talking about using AI strategies to help you create viral local content. And it's so crazy because I've been on this whole mission to create this amazing content to help you, my audience, grow by listening to the show, also by going to the website and looking at the long articles that I'm putting together, because I'm trying to create great content. And I want to create content that people share. That's what causes virality. When people share, that causes virality. If you don't share anything that people want to create, the people you don't create anything that people want to share, nothing's going to happen. It's going to stay right where it is. So I've been looking at my stats and they've been doing very well. And so for you who are listening, you are a business owner and you're thinking about, man, I need to do the same thing. I'm going to talk about two ways in depth, but there are going to be 7 ways on the website. And so I want you to go and check it out. Now I'm going to tell you what I did yesterday, right? So if you go to Good Morning Gwinnett, you'll see Good Morning Gwinnett broken up into to 4 categories. You're going to see business, you're going to see local news, you're going to see AI and technology, and you're going to see money. You're going to see like personal finance, you're going to see crypto, personal finance, you're going to see money. That's how the site is broken up, right? So yesterday, the inauguration was yesterday, and before that, Trump had like Friday, he released like this meme coin, so it's like a Bitcoin. It has no value for real. It's like I can't imagine what he's going to do with it. But he released this coin on Friday, and it made him a crypto billionaire president by Monday. Do you hear what I just said? So of course that was a trending topic. So for me, because I write about crypto and I write about money on the site, I was like, okay, I need to get on this because it's a trend, because everybody's talking about it, because one group of people saying, oh my god, I got a Trump coin, and then other people saying, oh my god, I just lost all my money with the Trump coin. So it was crazy, but it happened. That is a trend. So one of the things you can do to create viral content, even if you're trying to do it in your local area, you have to find like what's happening in the area, right? When I wrote about the district attorney when she was running for reelection, her name was popping. One, she's a district attorney. So when I wrote about she was going to run for reelection, I wrote about it. When I did my search, and I think I did it in Ahrefs, she was trending in Ahrefs for me. So people, every time people searched her name, it would come up, and Good Morning Gwinnett would come up because I had written probably about 3 or 4 articles about her because she was trending. Not only that, that's local news. Like, there was a lot going on. And whenever there's an election, let me say this part: whenever there's an election, there's always a lot going on. So if you have a local candidate running for office, you can start to use their name in different ways. Like our chairwoman, She was running for re-election as well. So whenever I put her name out there, I was trending for her name. Well, she runs the whole freaking county. So she runs the county. They scrutinize everything she do. She got people that praise what she does, and then she got the other group that scrutinize. So they will Google her name, and because I've written about her, it comes up in the search engines. That's how you. And then if it's a good article, right? She'll share it, or somebody on her team will share it, or somebody they know will share it, or somebody you know will share it. That causes virality. So look around you, see what's happening in your local community. What's a hot topic going on? Like for us, it was the budget. Like the budget was like 2.65 billion. People are pissed off because the budget, some money should have been allocated for this, some money should have been allocated for that. We got this 45-year plan. They want to, the county is asking us questions asking us for our input. People are saying stop building all these houses. So it's always something going on, right? So you just got to find out what's trending. And here's how you find out what's trending: go to Facebook. This is the only time I really go to Facebook. I go to Facebook to look at the local news and to look at what's happening in the county. So what I'll do, I'll search on the county, see what county news is there. Okay, that's county news. But I'll look at the comments, because the comments, if you create a great piece of work, a great article, and you go and drop it under somebody's comment in Facebook, it's gonna go viral. Whether they're going to cut your head off for the content or they're going to praise you for the writing, it's going to go viral. You want that virality. And then people say, you know what, let me go back and see what else she's writing over there. Okay, she wrote this article about, whatever. That's when I use Facebook. I go to Facebook, I look at what's happening. I go to my city, I look at the county news, I go to some other cities, and if they got something going on, I'll write a story about that. Right? Or someone has sent me a story. Like yesterday, someone sent me a story about Good Samaritan Hospital, Good Samaritan Health Centers of Gwinnett County. So I wrote that story. They got $125,000 grant, right? So I put that story out there, and I optimized the article for the grant and Good Samaritan. So all of that kind of stuff. Um, I have to do another local piece this morning. One of the other chambers just brought on a new workforce development partner. The key word for that is going to be workforce development. We're going to hear that a lot. We have just gotten a new president who is sitting down. We're going to hear the word workforce development a lot. It's going to happen a lot. So we have to be cognizant of that, because workforce development now it's not just a national topic, it is a local topic, because most cities, most towns, most counties are looking at how can we increase our workforce development. So that article is going to be timely, especially where we are right now. So I'm going to run that article today under local news. So you have to see what's trending, and it has to be newsworthy, and it has to be something that people want to share. Right now, the person that's just got, a lot of people don't like her, because she was a politician. A lot of folks don't like her, so I'm gonna go share. I'm gonna go share the article in the groups or on the pages where I know people are gonna have something to say. Guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna share. Look at this, and they're gonna share it with somebody else, because that's what people do. That's what makes viral content go viral. So you have to look and see what's going on in your local community and ride the wave by creating content. Now I do this podcast, and I do a lot of writing on the Gwinnett website, like a lot. Like the site has a lot of content on it, right? So when I do my viral content, I'm not really doing it for the show, because I'm talking to you and it's pretty general, because I want you guys to be able to do all of these things where you live. But when I write on the website, it's way more in depth, way more in depth. Like I'm talking about one strategy right now, but there's seven. How to leverage AI, seven ways to do it. And one of the ways is understanding how to analyze what's happening around you. And listen, just go to Google, type in something that you want to search on. So let's say, for instance, it's local. You could say restaurants, and the first thing Google is going to do is like, where you located. That little box is going to pop up. You may want to do the top 10 restaurants, or the top 10 restaurants with the best sushi, or the top 10 restaurants. Like, we got a lot. We have a huge um Asian community here in Gwinnett County, right? And if you go to the town of Duluth, you will see Asian stuff everywhere, Asian restaurants everywhere, and the food is delicious. You hear what I'm saying? I had never eaten so much Asian food in my life. I had never eaten so much Mexican food in my life. Let me just say that we got a huge Hispanic population here in Gwinnett County. We are a melting pot here in Gwinnett County. We are actually the most diverse county we're like number 11th in the most diverse county in the whole United States, and we're I think number two in Georgia. No, we're number one in Georgia. It's in like number 11, number two in the Southeast, something like that. But we are hugely diverse. So if you wanted to create some kind of content, viral content about, what's happening, I'm gonna tell you another story. There's a restaurant that I go and I get this and I don't I'm pretty much the same person, but when I go to Peachtree Corners, which is in Gwinnett County, Atlanta Tech Park, on my way home, I will always buy me this sandwich. It's a spicy pork sandwich on a croquette. That sandwich is so delicious. It's Asian. I had never eaten anything like it. When I got it, I loved it. The reason I only get it when I go over there because it's kind of far. So when I'm coming home, I have to pass it. But when you go inside, they have a robot that delivers the food to your table. I had to write about that. I took the robot picture. It's an article on the site somewhere. I had to write about that because I had never seen that. Like I had never been to a restaurant where the robot served you, and then the robot says, "Hello."
The future is a hefty responsibility and not one that we take lightly, but then taking things lightly has never been what Hefty is about. That's why we've created the Hefty Renew program that turns hard to recycle plastics into valuable resources like park benches and building materials. To participate, simply fill up an orange Hefty Renew bag with accepted items, tie it up, and drop it in with your regular recycling. That's it. It's that easy. It's time to rethink recycling with Renew. Particular valued resources may vary by geography. More info available at heftyrenew.com.
Hardy Fiber Cement Siding is proven to withstand water, pests, and fire better than wood-based siding. And it looks better while doing it. Hardy Siding has been chosen for 10 million homes and counting. See the proof at jameshardy.com.
And I'm like, "Hello." And it brings food to the table. You take your food off, you hit go, and it goes back to the counter and pick up the next order. To me, that was amazing, right? But here's what I said. I think my article was based on you're going to lose your job as a waitress and a waiter. That's what my article was based on because the robot came over with a great attitude, oh, gave me my food, and went on back to the counter. It was crazy. So for me, that was an article. Now, was that trending? Nah, but it was interesting. It's shareable because people who didn't know that the robot was over there in that restaurant, now they know. And this because someone told me you got to check it out. And when I went in there to check it out, I liked the sandwich, but I was more amazed by the robot. So find out what's happening in your community, right? You can go to Google Trends. I go to Google Trends. Like yesterday, I went to Google Trends. And I went to Google Trends because I wanted to hear about this coin, right? I had to get on top of it because I knew people was gonna be talking about it, and how I knew people was talking about it. I was having lunch or brunch, and on my in my YouTube feed because I normally eat my brunch watching YouTube, watching like business stuff. But in my YouTube feed, there popped up a show that said people are pissed off because they just lost a whole lot of money with the Trump coin. Well, I could barely finish eating my food before I went here and said, okay, let me go see what's happening with this coin. And I did a Google search and I was like, okay, let's write this story. So we wrote the story, me and AI. Listen, me AI is my friend. AI and I wrote that story and we put it on this site and and it was a good story. And it talked about the Trump coin, how that coin made him a billionaire on Friday, a crypto billionaire, which is it just blows my. Let me tell y'all something. And I know I'm about to get off topic for a second, but I'm looking at what this man is doing, and it's almost like I'm about to jump on his coattail because he's gonna do so many things that people are just not gonna believe. It's always gonna be trending. I'm going from the space of trending in AI, trending in tech, like putting a flag on Mars. That's tech. Because how we gonna get the spaceship up there? Well, Elon's gonna figure it out. But Elon is in tech. Guess what I'll be talking about? How we gonna get that spaceship? How we gonna get that flag up on Mars here on this show and on this website? Why? Because not only is that a big audacious goal, it is really newsworthy. If Elon is the first man, and let me tell you something. This is what I've learned. When you get to a certain amount of money, there's nothing else you can do except for do things that are bigger and more bodacious. Elon has is worth almost $1 trillion, right? He has accomplished more than most people. He has accomplished more than probably anybody in the world, and probably it's probably gonna be some trillionaires come behind him because of like where we are, and now we know it's possible because he'll be a trillionaire by the end of 4 years. But what do you do when you have that kind of money? You have to come up with something else to keep you excited because you have done everything. Now, what he could do is go out and help coach a whole bunch of people and help them start businesses, but he's not going to do that. That doesn't seem to be his nature. His nature is I want to invent, I want to create. That's what he's going to do. So guess what he's trying to do? He's trying to go and put a flag on Mars. He'll be the when they put a flag on the moon, it was like, wow. Now he's trying to put the flag on Mars, right? Which we know that you can go to Mars and stand on Mars because we have robots up on Mars taking pictures. So it is doable. He just has to figure out how to get somebody up there. Now, I don't know what person is going to go to Mars and put that flag on Mars, but there are some people who are already ready to go to Mars and colonize Mars. I've seen them. They say they're ready. I I personally, I'm good right here on Earth, right? But there are people who are ready to go to Mars and colonize. Elon wants to put the flag on Mars. I know that's totally off topic, but I wanted you to understand that that's news, right? And you can go back and try to spin that in your local area. Take that piece of news and spin it. Talk about how bodacious it is, and then how your local businesses can be just as bodacious and audacious as Elon in the way they think about things because they can't. Listen, when he said it, when that coin came out, when they talked about that coin yesterday, I'm not gonna even lie. First thing I thought was, I'm about to create me a coin. Listen, I'll figure out how to create coin. When NFTs came out, I learned how to do NFTs. Web3, I was all over it. I was like, you know what? I'm about to create a coin for Good Morning Gwinnett. I ain't lying. That's the first thing came to my mind. Like, I'm about to create my own coin. Why? Because it's possible. How do we know that? Because we see it, right? Trump was not into crypto like that. Somebody said release a coin. He released a coin. He was an instant billionaire Friday. He woke up Monday morning, sworn in as the first crypto billionaire president. There's no other president can say they was a crypto president, crypto billionaire. Now here's the problem. He's a billionaire, but a lot of people talking about they lost money. I don't know that to be true. It's just what's out there in them streets. So you got to think about how to flip stuff, how to take hot topics and make them and tailor them to your local community. You have to figure out how to do that. And I'm telling you, even if you don't know how to do it, go to ChatGPT. Said this is a national topic. How can I flip this and turn it into a topic based around my local community? ChatGPT is going to give you all kinds of ideas. You can say, give me 5 strategies to take this topic and flip it and make it pertinent to my local community. It will do that for you because it has this reasoning built into it that can say, okay, this is how you maybe, and give us some information about your community. I live in Gwinnett County. There's a large population of Hispanics. There's a large population of Asian people. There's a large population of African Americans. And then there's a mixture of everybody else. I think we got a large Pakistani community here. So we want to take that topic, Elon gone to Mars, and we want to mesh it. I'm going to do this while I'm talking, right? It's going to be my tech topic today. We're going to take it and we're going to tailor it to our local community. Give me 10 topics and ways to do that. And then once you give me the 10 topics, write about it. That's it. So you have to look at what's trendy, figure out how to incorporate that into your work. So I'm doing this show audio, right? You may say I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do the same thing, or I'm going to do a blog post. Whatever it is, that's how, and then you share it. Like you share that with someone and you help it go viral. When I do my writing, I talk about it on the show. So it's already been spread out over Facebook and all these other places. And if it's something I think is really, really good, then I share it on LinkedIn and things like that. Why? Because I know LinkedIn, they're going to share stuff. They're going to like stuff. I got almost 14,000 connections and friends and followers on LinkedIn. So it behooves me not to share good stuff. Right? So I'm going to share this article today. So just giving you something to think about. So that's one way. Understand the trends, understand like how to analyze the trends, understand how to flip the trends to make them work for you. So you're going to use these strategies. You're going to use AI. You're going to come up with relevant hashtags and things like that for your audience. And listen, there's a group on Facebook for your people. There's a Gwinnett, Good Morning Gwinnett is broken down by towns. It's broken down by the county, by towns, by interest. You got people on Facebook. Go on there and find your people and drop your content in there. If you are a media person like myself, go and drop your content in these spaces and then let people make it go viral for you. All right. All right. I'm going to go to a song, then I'm going to come back and give you my second way. I got 7, but I'm giving you 2. I'm going to go to the song. I'll be right back after the song to give you way number 2, strategy number 2. For you to help leverage AI to help you market locally and create strategies. All right, stay tuned. I'll be right back. Oh.
Let's make it classic. In this dance, we are alive. No limits, just reach for the sky. Bigger, stronger, uplifting. Reach for the sky, never look back. Move to the rhythm, we on track. Higher and higher, we won't stop. Feel the rush, let the bass drop. Reach for the sky, shine like the stars. This is our time, the world is ours. Love and freedom in the air. Dancing like we don't have a care. Boom, boom, boom. Feel that heat. Jump, jump, jump. Move those feet. Oh, reach for the sky. Oh, we're flying high. Oh, reach for the sky. Oh, feel that vibe.
Welcome back. Reach for the sky. Listen, reach for the sky. Don't hold back. Stop holding back. Go for it. Go for it. Are you listening to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show? I'm your host, Audrey Bell-Kearney. Today, I am talking about how to leverage AI strategies to help you create viral content for your local audience. And so we talked about it I talked about in the last segment how to you can look at national news and spin that in such a way to create news for.
The future is a hefty responsibility and not one that we take lightly, but then taking things lightly has never been what Hefty is about. That's why we've created the Hefty Renew program that turns hard to recycle plastics into valuable resources like park benches and building materials. To participate, simply fill up an orange Hefty Renew bag with accepted items, tie it up, and drop it in with your regular recycling. That's it. It's that easy. It's time to rethink recycling with Renew. Particular valued resources may vary by geography. More info available at heftyrenew.com.
Your area. Also, I love listen, I look at headlines, right? I will have AI create me these amazing headlines. Like I have a whole list of headlines. And if you can't figure out like what to write and you want to make stuff go viral, just go to AI. They got copy AI. I use Chat GPT. People use Jasper. I think I've used Jasper one time. I used Jasper one time. I used Writer one time. I just like Chat GPT. Now what was interesting, y'all, this is interesting. I have Office 365, which I think I paid $10.99 a month for it. I noticed yesterday over in my Word document, Copilot, which is similar to ChatGPT, is now built into my Word. Hey, wait a minute. So now when I'm over here doing stuff in Microsoft Word, the Copilot opens up on the right hand side in a separate navigation bar, and you can ask it questions if you're doing stuff in Microsoft Word. So if you need to come up, ChatGPT is free. I have the paid version because I do a lot with ChatGPT. However, if I did not, I'm already paying for Office 365. If I did not have the paid version, I could go to my Word document now and ask Copilot questions. Now, I've used Copilot before. It's okay. I tend to like ChatGPT better. However, I'm hearing that Gemini is becoming the beast. So, and that's by Google. I don't know for sure because I think I've used Gemini twice, but I'm always in ChatGPT all the time. I started with ChatGPT. I tried Claude. I've tried Copilot. I've tried Gemini, and I like them all. I'm just used to. I'm like just used to ChatGPT at this point. So for me, it works out. But anyway, if you need like these great headlines, right? Headlines, titles are everything when it comes to content. Headlines and titles are everything. That's why my titles. So when I do my titles for the show, I already have them written out because I've told ChatGPT I need you to create me 300, you know, titles that could go viral. I put the word viral in there. 300 headlines or titles that can go viral, and I have them all in a list. And they're broken down, and I go through my list every day. So, what do I want to write about today? And I take the title, and then I tell my AI, "Hey, I want to write about this." And then I go and infuse my own voice in it because I use AI for a lot because it makes my life easier. I get to come on here and share with you guys and give you tools and ideas and things you can do because these are the things that I do every day. Right? So that's how I use it to create headlines and titles. If you are making YouTube videos, thumbnails, and titles, I have not yet figured out how to get the thumbnails right. I feel like my titles are good because on my YouTube page there is a little analyzer thing, and it tells me, okay, that's 80%, it's in the green, is good. When I see the little things like that, and most of my titles are like 80. When I see that, I'm like, that's a good title. But then I got to figure out the thumbnail. Like, I can never figure out, like, and I look at thumbnails, and it's like some of them just look like a little kid scribbler, and they do really well. So there's supposed to be some kind of science behind it. I haven't figured it out. I also feel like the people have to be good with the content. So that's another thing. When you are creating content, this is what I've learned. Even when I'm creating, so I've created a lot of video content for Bookpreneur, right? The Bookpreneurs, that's why I've marketed my books and all that kind of stuff. I create video content for that. The titles may be good, but is the topic of subject good, right? Is Are people out there searching how to self-publish a book? There are some people, but I feel like that's not a huge market. I don't feel like it. I know there's people doing really good. They got like self-publishing news sites and on YouTube, and they're doing really good, right? But I'm talking about marketing. I'm talking about writing and all this. I don't know. I just feel like it's not doing that great. And I feel like my titles are great because I'm analyzing and they're coming up good. I feel like the thumbnails are okay, but they're not converting. And I'm like, that's not converting. So I don't know. And I have a lot of content on my YouTube channel for the bookpreneur. Now I'm not gonna stop doing that. I kind of did just like, whatever. But I don't know. I'm still kind of tossed up about that. This right here, what I'm doing right now, right this second, talking to you all. I love it. So I work really hard on the articles on the website. I go on there and I optimize the articles. I do all these things. I make sure I got great content. I put in graphics so you can see the vid. Because some people are visual. They like to see. So when I finish the show, I'll go in and I'll put in some graphics and some artwork and some tables because I need you to see it when you can. Because some people just can't look at writing and say, okay, I see it. But if I put in visuals, they can see it. So I go all out on my articles. And I go all out when I'm talking to you, and I try to be real when I'm talking to you about what life is like when I'm doing these things. My bookpreneur video channel, it ain't popping, and I'm like, what's wrong with it? So Roberto Blake, and that's all me. Like I use AI generators for the headlines and the titles because I know that they can come up with some really good titles, right? So I feel like I got really good titles. I feel like the content is good, but if something is off because the channel is not popping. Now, here's the thing about YouTube, and I could be totally wrong. I feel like YouTube is like so visual. If people look at you and say, I don't like the way she look, they just scroll out off, right? It could be my opening too. I feel like my openings aren't great. I feel like I could tweak it there. But see, for me, YouTube is a lot of extra work that I just like, and that's just me. What I'm doing right now, I love doing talking to you on this microphone and writing articles on that blog. These two things I love doing. So when I think about really trying to master YouTube, part of me was like, yeah, I want the button, but the other part of me is like, I don't know. I don't know if I feel like being bothered. That doesn't bring me a lot of joy. Not like talking to you guys. Not like coming on here talking about strategies, especially when it comes to grow your business, and especially when it comes to helping you grow your business locally. Yeah, we pretty much all want to be a national, global brand, but start in your own backyard. Start there first. Leverage all of these tools first to help you grow local and then kind of branch out. Because when I can tell you, and I'm speaking from experience, when you try to go too broad too fast, it overtakes what you're trying to do because you're trying to do too many things too fast. Start locally. I'm sure where you are in your town, in your city, in your county, in your state, that's local. Your state is local. And when you start talking city, town, and county, that's hyper local. Good Morning Gwinnett is a hyper local podcast with a global intention and reach. That's what it is. I'm in Gwinnett County. I'm speaking to all my Gwinnetians, but I'm also speaking to all of you, and I'm talking about content that can be used anywhere in the world, not just here in Gwinnett County. So you have to think about what you're trying to do, right? So let's get back to it. AI generated content ideas and headlines. If you can't think of ideas to write about, take a link to your county's website. So for instance, GwinnettCounty.com is the county's website, right? I will take that link. I will drop the link to the county's website, drop it in the chat GPT and say, analyze this and give me 52 topics that I could write about. Now, there are 16 towns in Gwinnett County. We are over 1 million people here in Gwinnett County. There's a lot for me to write about. I already know that. So But if you have a small, and I could say, give me 260 articles, titles to write about that will rank in Google because I'm hyper local, right? If I say I want 260 titles, article ideas just on our school system, I guarantee you I could find 260. ChatGPT will find me 260 article titles just on the school system. Now, what I do know is that people, when I talk about teaching in school, that content gets a lot of views. It get a lot of listen tos. I'm like, what in the world? I had to go back because it is such a big difference when I talk about teachers and education. It's the craziest thing. So, but for you, you may say, hey, ChatGPT, here is my county or my town or my city's website. Analyze this. And when I say 52, I always say 52 because 52, that means you're going to put out one piece of content a week, right? 52 weeks in a year, one piece of content a week. When I say 260, that means you're putting out 5 pieces of content a week because you take off the weekends. So it comes out to 260. So when you hear me say those two numbers, that's what they mean. 52 is once a week. 260 is 5 times a week. I do stuff 5 times a week. So I either do, depending on what it is. If I say I'm doing like a 52-week money challenge, it's just weekly. But if I say I need personal finance articles for the next 260 days, I mean 260 days, it would give me all of that content, which means I could put out a piece of content every day, 5 days a week, and take the weekends off. So that's how I do mine. I didn't mean 260 weeks. I meant 260 days, but 52 weeks. So 52 weeks is when you hear me say 52 weeks, that's one article, one blog post, one podcast, one video a week. When you hear me say 260 days, that means that I'm putting out content 5 days a week. So that's what that means. That's how I do mine. And I pretty much do that. So my articles is 260. My money challenge is 52 weeks that I didn't start yet. I said I was gonna start it, and I still may start it. So that's how that goes. I know I'm not gonna talk about that every day, but I may talk about it every week. You know, so you want to think about it like that. You can use AI strategies to um to optimize your headlines. You can also use
The future is a hefty responsibility and not one that we take lightly, but then taking things lightly has never been what Hefty is about. That's why we've created the Hefty Renew program that turns hard to recycle plastics into valuable resources like park benches and building materials. To participate, simply fill up an orange Hefty Renew bag with accepted items, tie it up, and drop it in with your regular recycling. That's it. It's that easy. It's time to rethink recycling with Renew. Particular valued resources may vary by geography. More info available at heftyrenew.com.
AI to trigger emotions in people, right? You can tell the AI, hey, I need you to write me a story about whatever, and I want you to infuse a lot of emotion and a lot of things that's going to cause tear jerking. It will write the article for you. Eighth grade readability, open voice, all of these second person. This is how I do my articles. Like depending on what I'm writing about, this is how I go in there and I prompt the chat GPT. I need this article to be about, like when I wrote about my nephew, it was my nephew. He's going off to college, he's got NIL money, all this stuff. And I said, hey, this is my nephew, write about this, this, and this, and this, this, and this. He went to Grayson High School, he's going to Indiana, blah, 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 blah. And I make it a hero. Listen, it would write the way you want it to write, but you need to understand how to prompt it. That's really important. You need to understand how to prompt. So when you want your article to evoke emotion, you tell it, I need this to evoke emotion that will make people either stand up and cheer or fall on their knees and cry. And it's gonna write the way you tell it to write. But you gotta understand how to prompt it, right? You want it to be something that's engaging. You want your content to be able to touch people's heart, educate them, entertain them, or piss them off. Like there are people who put there's a show that comes on. There's a network on YouTube called the Midas Touch, right? Some of them I can't watch, but they create content intentionally to piss people off. And it's content based on the headlines of what's happening in politics today. But when I watch the content, it's just the way they do the stories, it's to piss folks off. They know they're gonna piss people off, but because they piss off so many people, all of those guys who have shows on the Midas Network, they have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers because their content pitches. Some people love them, Some people hate them, and they're okay with that. If you're not good with people hating you, not that you can stop it, because even when you think you're doing the best, somebody's gonna have some problem with you. If you think you're good with that, then put out that kind of content. That type of content sucks my energy. I tried it. Now I am thinking about doing a political uh a newsletter, but it's gonna be more on the funny side because I like to laugh. So I tried to do a political video channel. It was too much. I was like, I can't do this. It's not gonna work. I don't like it. I'm not happy with it. It's not gonna work. So I'm probably gonna flip that channel into something else because I don't like it. Like I was like, yeah, this is sucking me dry. Even when I think about the newsletter, it could be good, but it's a political newsletter. It's gonna suck me dry. But I can come up with some great titles based on what's happening in political spectrum and say, hey, Chat GPT, give me, the hottest title for the day or what's trending in politics for the day, and flip it and create me a title for that. And then I can go and use another piece of AI to create me a short summary. And then I take another piece of create AI and say, create me an image for this. And then I can drop it in a newsletter. And then I'll be finished. I can do that every single day, every day, because AI is going to do just what I just said. I'm going to go, hey, what's trending in politics today? Okay, spin me off 10 titles that are hot that will rank in Google search engines. Okay, cool. Now write me a short funny summary about that. Okay, cool. Now I take that and say, hey, create me an article, create me an image based on this article. Cool. I got the entire newsletter just done. And it's simple. Something simple. So I'm thinking about doing that, but I have to lay it all out in my head. But I'm going to use AI for the entire thing. The entire thing, but it's my spin on what I want to do. It's how I'm gonna do it. It's like the system that I'm putting in place. It's like the platform that I'm gonna use. It's like the tools I'm gonna use. How I'm gonna put it out there. It's all of those things. But it's all AI driven. And guess what? I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna put it where I know people are looking for it, and it's probably gonna go viral. That's probably gonna go viral because it's gonna be something different. Now, am I gonna get some haters behind it? No, I'm not. I'm not even claiming them. I'm not claiming. I'm claiming people that's gonna love it, laugh, share it, and it's gonna go viral, and I'm gonna make a ton of cash because of it. Listen. I ain't afraid to say what I gotta say. I'm just trying to help you get to where you gotta go. The last thing I want to talk about is AI driven SEO. That's local search optimization. You need to make sure a couple of things are already in place. You need to make sure your Google business profile is already set up, right? You need to optimize your for your local audience. Like I'm in Lawrenceville, so if I want to really optimize for Lawrenceville, I create a ton of content just on Lawrenceville. Just on Lawrenceville. My whole market is Gwinnett County. So now I'm focusing more on businesses in Gwinnett County. Like that's why I create this content for you around the world to understand these strategies. So I'm optimizing locally more now for the content that I'm creating, but locally for my county. You may say I want to do SEO for my town. So what you do is you come up with 52 topics that you can talk about your town, and then you optimize your articles for that. If you are a plumber, right? You can say, you know what? Now plumbers don't have time to do this, so they probably have to hire somebody. But they could say, hey, I want to be the number one plumber in Brazelton, Georgia. I want to be the number one plumber. So whenever something comes up, I want to be popping up. So what they could do is come up with 52 pain points that anybody could really have anywhere in the world who has plumbing, right? But you specifically include the city name inside of the title. So 7 steps that Brazelton resident can do when they got a sink, they got a grease clog. 10 steps that Brazelton client can do when they have a leaky pipe. 7 steps to make sure that your professional, your plumbing professional in Brazelton is number one. All these that you see what I'm saying? So that's local SEO, and that's based on a city or a town. And so and the plumbing. So as a plumber, I want to do that local SEO because I want to come up whenever there is if I know that grease is a big problem because people pour grease down the drain, that's a big. Let me tell y'all something. I don't do this, but my husband used to do this. He would pour the grease down the drain. Why he did that, I have no idea. I pour the grease in the garbage. He would pour the drain got clogged up, right? They came in, it was so much grease clogged up in the drain it took the man about 2 or 3 hours to get the thing unclogged. He had to go through like the pipes inside of the laundry room because it was so much grease clogged. It was ridiculous. But that is a common problem because people think that they can just pour the grease down the drain and turn on hot water. Whereas a plumber, you know that's a problem. So as a local plumber, you are the solution to that problem. And as a person who write about that, you make sure that you write about, hey, if you are in Brazelton and this is the problem you have, this is the plumbing service that you got. Now, here's another thing. You can use that same strategy and say, hey, listen, I want to write this article about you, and that's called an advertorial. So when you look in a newspaper, I don't even know if people look in newspapers anymore. But if you ever looked in a newspaper and you saw like an advertorial, that's an article, right? It looks just like an article, but at the top it says advertorial, which means it is a advertising editorial. They call it an advertorial. If you can do the same thing. Hey, I'm gonna write this article about you on my website. I'm gonna optimize it for your town. I'm gonna optimize it for these, and you can say I can create 10 articles or 12 articles. I can do an article a month and sell an article pack. So now that person know that you're gonna write about them on the website based on the pain points that they solve locally. So you're gonna be optimized for their town specifically. So when people go to search on whatever, they come up. Now, can you guarantee that? You can't guarantee because Google changes stuff all the time. However, if they come up on the first page of Google, you have done a great job for them. And trust me, there are some amazing tools out there that help you do things like that, right? So that's local SEO, and that's how you use AI to create local SEO for your business. All right? All right. It's 7 steps, y'all. I can't go through all of them. So go to the website in about 10, 15 minutes. Go to the website. And when you go to the website, you'll see even more. You'll see like all 7 of them and take them and figure out how to make them work for you because this is a time we've never seen before where you can create as much content and music and images that you need for practically nothing. Like when I say practically nothing, I'm talking about $100. Like you can run your whole business for real off about $150. Literally, that's it. I used to spend $700 on my business. I think I got it down now to 260 something, and at least 100 of that I really don't need. Like I could probably get it down to that 150, 160 that I'm talking about. Because I'm sure there's $50 that I spend right now that I know I just really don't need. I just know I don't. But I'm kind of locked in because I do like the way it looks and it hosts on my pod. It's crazy. I don't need it because I really don't use it. It's not really serving me, and I'm really thinking I might cancel it because it's $50. Take that $50 and put it over here into something else that's gonna help me grow Good Morning Gwinnett. All right. All right, I'm going to go to my last song, then I'm going to come back and give you my words of inspiration for today. So stay tuned. I'll be right back.
I hear a whisper on the wind tonight, soft as a melody, golden light, telling me, girl, you were born to shine. No need to worry, the stars align. But make me whole. Every heartbeat tells me go. No more fear, I'm in control. When destiny calls, I'm gonna rise. No looking back, no more goodbyes. I spread my wings, touch the sky. I was made to fly, I was born to thrive. The road ain't easy, but I walk in grace. Every step I take, I find my place. I close my eyes, hear the song within. A love so strong, it will never end. Ooh, I feel the rhythm in my soul, like waves that crash but make me whole. Every heartbeat tells me go. No more fear, I'm in control. When destiny calls, I'm gonna rise. No looking back, no more goodbyes. I spread my wings, touch the sky. I was made to fly, I was born to thrive. No chains can hold me down. I was lost, but now I'm found. A voice inside keeps calling me, saying, go be who you're meant to be. When destiny calls, I'm gonna rise. No looking back, no more goodbyes. I spread my wings, touch the sky. I was made to fly, I was born to thrive.
Welcome back. So listen, guys, that's all I got for you today. But before I go, I want to give you my words of inspiration. Here it goes. It says, be amazing today. Believe in yourself. Anything is possible and never give up. Ooh, one more time. Be amazing today. Believe in yourself. Anything is possible and never give up. Hey, listen, I want to thank you for listening to me. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last 45 minutes with me, and I love and appreciate you for that. If you missed any episodes of this show, be sure to go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to more episodes and to check out the article. The article will be live in about 15 minutes. So give it 15 minutes and it'll be live, okay? It'll be live. You can read the entire article, take some tips. If you got questions, you can always email me, Audrey at goodmorninggwinnett, and put questions in the comment. In the subject, Audrey at goodmorninggwinnett.com, and put question in the subject, and I'll answer you back. All right, I gotta go, but I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. God willing. Hopefully, the snow sustains. It hasn't started yet. It was supposed to start at 8:04. Now it is, after 10 o'clock, so it's still going. So anyway, I gotta go. I'll be back tomorrow, God willing, at 10 a.m. You guys stay safe out there. And until next time, my friends, make it a great day. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in to Good Morning Gwinnett, where we bring AI innovation to the heart of your local business. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to support the show for only $5.99 a month. Just click the support link in the show notes. Your contribution helps keep this show running and your business growing. Missed an episode or want to catch up on local news? Visit us anytime at goodmorninggwinnett.com. Until next time, stay innovative on your grind.
The future is a hefty responsibility and not one that we take lightly, but then taking things lightly has never been what Hefty is about. That's why we've created the Hefty Renew program that turns hard-to-recycle plastics into valuable resources like park benches and building materials. To participate, simply fill up an orange Hefty Renew bag with accepted items, tie it up, and drop it in with your regular recycling. That's it. It's that easy. It's time to rethink recycling with Renew. Particular valued resources may vary by geography. More info available at heftyrenew.com.